Hi, everybody. The things I'm going to talk about today are being in a mixed race relationship, as well as being white and my religion. So, first off, I am an American white female. My husband is a black South African male. And so, that alone, having those two cultures, it makes our relationship unique. And our experience is sometimes different and is sometimes shared by other people that are also in mixed race relationships. So, one way that we experience that is we'll sometimes see other couples on the streets and be like, oh, like scoping them out, like, oh, they're like us, or um, we do have some friends that are also mixed race relationships. We're able to laugh at things together, like cultural differences that we can all relate to and share. But yeah, so the way people perceive us depends really on their own age, their own race, their own nationality. So I noticed generally the younger generations don't seem to think much of anything, whereas older generations might struggle to comprehend it a little bit more. It's less normal to them. Its nationality makes a difference. It's like where my husband is from in South Africa, uh, people might view it differently than they do here in America. And other countries, I'm not quite sure what the other countries perceive it as well. But so there's different factors that come into how people view us as a mixed race couple. So, being white, growing up in America, being American, I typically had a lot of normalcy, like around me. A lot of people where I grew up in McMinnville, which is a small town, just kind of maybe an hour from Portland, and it, I grew up with English being the language that was spoken, and just a lot of things around me were very normal to me and normal to like the way we did things at home, and so I see that is an experience that is not the same for everybody. Then people really experience a lot of differences compared to like home versus going to school or everything. And so the way people perceive me as a white person, I typically, I think one of the stereotypes is that white people are boring, or we don't have any depth or culture. Maybe not depth, but we don't have culture, or we don't. And I get that when there's a richness in all the different cultures, and I love those, and I think they're super unique. But I've also never diminished, that as a white person we can still have depth and and a culture as well. But so thirdly, I am a Christian. I grew up in a Christian family. Then I wasn't a Christian. I didn't really feel like I was a Christian until I was like 20, and then I kind of became a Christian on my own. And, I do believe in a God that is happy. I believe in a God that is kind and not just running around judging people or being angry. And so I'm part of a community of other people that I really enjoy. I enjoy going to church with them and, spending time with these other people in other areas of my life. And I think that being a Christian is hard because so many people have an idea of who God is, or maybe they don't believe in God as well. And so everybody comes with something that they believe, and the word Christian, it brings a lot of things to mind. It can bring really bad experiences. It can be things that people have read in the news about Christians. It could be some of the awful like Christian historical perspective, or and there are so many different types of interpretations of the word Christian and God, and that it gets interesting. And so that's one thing that I found, is that, people tend to think that if you are a Christian, then, you're either really strict, or you're really like mean, or I don't know. There's just a lot of differences that people can think compared to how I feel I experience it and I live it and stuff. So, yeah. So those are a little bit about me. Thanks for listening.